Tomorrow, Hoosiers will gather to remember an Indiana State Police trooper, Aaron Smith. He was killed during a police chase last week.
Today, loved ones, law enforcement from around the country, and total strangers paid their respects to him during his visitation in Greenwood. Tomorrow, he'll be laid to rest in the Heroes of Public Safety section at Crown Hill Cemetery. Thanks for joining us tonight at 10. I'm Dan Spiedler.
And I'm Birchelle Edmay. All week, we've been telling you about the impact Trooper Smith left on Central Indiana by saving lives as a trooper, serving in the National Guard, and never forgetting his hometown in Johnson County. Today, people who knew him and people who never had the chance to meet him stopped by Emmanuel Church of Greenwood to honor him. Fox 59's Michael Van Scoik was there.
There's been a wave of people making their way out to Emmanuel Church, those who knew Aaron and those who didn't. Everyone coming out here for the same reason, to remember and honor his service and sacrifice. As each flag waved with the wind Thursday afternoon, not a moment went by without a gentle nod and prayer for Trooper Aaron Smith. From outside to inside, hundreds shared their grief and gratitude with family of the fallen hero. Those who knew him say there was something special and different about him.
He saw people for just being human.
Sergeant Andrea Berkman served alongside Smith in the Indiana National Guard.
He was annoyingly positive and somehow always had the right words to say, and he was just a fantastic, utterly fantastic human being.
Those two uniforms defined him, a man devoted to service in every way possible.
I think it speaks entirely to the core of his nature. I think it speaks to his selfless, giving servant's heart, and really it just epitomizes who he was.
Trooper Josh Thayer trained alongside Smith back in July of 2018 when the two joined ISP.
You couldn't help but notice his personality, his fun, outgoing, gregarious nature.
But even those who never met Smith still made a point to visit Thursday, especially those men and women in uniform.
Just to come down and make sure that New Mexico here as state police are giving their respects.
Because after all, grief isn't confined to the letters and symbols carefully sewn to any attire.
And when we come from Utah, we do that so that Indiana knows that they're not alone, so that this family knows that they're not grieving alone. It's not just what state is represented on my patch, it's an entire nation of law enforcement officers that grieve together.
Friends and colleagues say it's humbling to be a part of something so much bigger.
I think it goes back to and just harkens what that thin blue line really stands for. It's truly an honor, and it's pretty sobering to be a part of.
The trooper we spoke with earlier this afternoon says it's going to be difficult not hearing Aaron's voice on the radio anymore, but he says now it's their responsibility to pick up right where Aaron left off, doing so not only for him, their family, but everyone in the Indiana community. In Greenwood, I'm Michael Van Scoik.
Michael, thank you so much. Trooper Smith was from Franklin and graduated from Whiteland Community High School. While there, he wrestled and also played football. He was a graduate of the 78th Indiana State Police Recruit Academy and joined the Indiana State Police in 2018. Recently, he was awarded 2 life-saving awards. Trooper Smith also joined the Indiana National Guard in 2011, becoming a sergeant and earning several awards during his service. We spoke with a fellow National Guard sergeant today about his life and legacy.
There's so many soldiers I know that he has directly affected. I work with a few of them at C1 up in Indianapolis, and he's definitely going to be missed.
The 33-year-old married his wife Megan back in 2016.
Governor Eric Holcomb requested flags fly at half-staff tomorrow in honor of Trooper Smith. The funeral is also at Emmanuel Church of Greenwood at 11 a.m. And after the funeral, there will be a procession north, and that's through Johnson County, where Trooper Smith grew up. The final 1042 call will be made at Whiteland High School. Trooper Smith will be laid to rest at Crown Hill Cemetery. The public is encouraged to line that procession route to honor his service. There is also a memorial fund set up for Trooper Smith's family. It's through Indiana Members Credit Union, so anyone can make a donation at one of their branches or by calling the number that's there on your screen. We'll have that also on our website. Donations can also be made through the Indiana Fallen Heroes Foundation.